Hey guys, so for this week's assignment, I thought the reading was good. It was full of information. What stood out to me was the story of Adam and Eve from the Book of Genesis video. I found their interpretation to be different from what I learned about growing up, going to church and stuff. And then reading Ishmael's perspective of it and how it kind of correlated. Some of it I felt the different pieces were kind of the same and some of it were different. And the story of the takers and leavers on how they kind of said when the takers were good and the leavers were evil. That was interesting to me because each side were passed down different stories on how we evolved and whatnot. For the agricultural revolution and the Semites with like Cain and Abel and whatnot, and how like their food source and whatnot, and how Daniel Quinn had mentioned like the food population would be like either the decrease or increase of food and whatnot. We have more opportunities, I should say, to grow crops and whatnot, compared to other places around the world where food is more scarce and like droughts and stuff, like tribes that are like way out there, like their food scarceness in places that do have the droughts and stuff where maybe there's not a whole lot of like wildlife to like go out and hunt, where here we can hunt for our food, sort of like how they mentioned the lion and gazelle, like the lion doesn't eat and the gazelle eats and vice versa and whatnot. That's what I really got out of it for like the food agricultural revolution. We're able to produce more for ourselves, but I also feel like in Daniel Quinn's Premise 3, if it's justified or not, I don't feel like it's justified for extinction, because we have the opportunity to change how we do things to keep the world evolving and whatnot. Like, what would that look like for future generations going forward? Would they be able to repopulate? Would they be able to have the ability to sustain to further life and whatnot for like food and stuff like that? So I feel like it's not justified, because we do have the chance to make the world better for those future generations and stuff. Sorry if this doesn't make sense, and sorry if it's all over the place.